Alrighty, and we should be live. So I'm just gonna ping the Discord as usual. So today, I'm gonna update my FAQ a little bit for the stream, I think, because there's a couple questions I got. Actually, only really one. And then I am gonna finish the to-do project. So let's see. Let's do another card. Put it here. Do my timer. There we go. I'll say, what learning resources would you? I'll do like a need to put like a live server here just to see. Forget the pseudo class for clicked link. Visited, right? Visited. Okay, I'll just do that. Oh, and then I'll do. I need to open a new tab. Ahref. New tab. Rel, no opener, no refer. Yes. Target blank. Yes. 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 Okay. That's what I remember. Okay. And I'll do free code camp as well. What was that one that we did? Scrimba. Yeah. Scrimba, and then there was one other one. Forget what that was called. What was it called? Somebody sent it in the chat yesterday. I just can't remember. Learning to code gamified learning. I don't know what it was called. Ah, here it was. Codex. That was what it was. Codex. Codex. Cool. We'll do Pomo focus. Okay, that should be good. Maybe add like a break here. Okay. Nice. All right, that should be good for our thing. Yeah. Close window. Yeah, that's good for our okay, let's get to the to-do project again. It's good for our FAQ. All right, where were we with this anyway? I don't remember. Let's npm run dev. Yeah, okay. So we had our list items. So I think we were working on getting our list items to look better, right? Yeah. So let's work on styling that. I also might want to add an outline to that form too. Okay, that might be a little thick. And then mid. Yeah, that's good. I also maybe want to darken the background when I put this up as well. So add project, open form. So and then we add like the open class to this when we open. Probably a better way of doing this, but now I think this should darken. Oh, but it doesn't. Ah, I see. Okay. All right. See you, Jill. Thanks for stopping by. I apologize for the timing. Okay, let's do Z index of 2 maybe. Oh, that didn't fix my problem here. The hell. Okay, let's do. Or CSS, sorry. Z index 3, Z index 6. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know why this isn't. I don't know, man. How's it going, Filler? How's it going, Code 2 Capital? I'm trying to think. Why is this Z index thing not working, man? Because I want to blur, not blur the background. Trying to think about how to, let's see. Add filter over div CSS. There's got to be a way to do this. Oh, I can do it like, okay. There's just a filter. Can I make a project for you? What's the project? But probably not. What if we did blur? What if we did a blur effect? Filter. Blur. 5%. Okay, that didn't do anything. Oh, 5 pixels. Okay, we could try that. Okay, yeah, but I want it to not apply to this. So we can do filter blur 0. Maybe. No, doesn't work. Override blur from parent. Blur filter from parent. CSS. There's got to be a way to do this. Invert. No. Children are affected by their parent style. Okay, yeah, so. Pseudo element to make it work like you want, so that only the pseudo element would be affected. I could also like not apply this to the body. That also might be consideration. I could do like a we could do like a div what do we want to call this? Like a filtered? No, that's too generic. Effect, maybe? I don't know. Do effect, element, HTML div dot do effect. We'll do dot effect dot open. All right, and then now the background color. If we make this like aqua, this should just cover the screen, right? What? Oh, because maybe I need to reload the project here. What is the problem? Maybe there's not 100% of anything, so we can do 100 V W VH. Ah, I see. Because that doesn't really work. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to, so when I click, actually I'm just going to remove this. Basically when I click, ooh, that's not good. Class list. Uh-oh. Oh, because I just need to remove this. Basically when I click the add project scrolled in full, like I want to blur the background behind it so that the form is more in focus. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's kind of easier said than done. But I think I might just like leave it for now, honestly. It's kind of bugging me, so I might just stop screwing around with it. I could also, yeah, you know what, actually, let's see. If I do position, absolute, this should cover everything, right? Yes, okay. Z index is 1. And if we do a background of anything. Yeah, okay, now it covers it. Okay. Okay. So now if we do and then we do this. What the hell? Why can't I click anything now? What happened? Did I do something? Oh no. Oh, maybe because of the Z index. I fucked this up somehow. Yeah, I'm getting closer. Exactly. Okay. Okay, so I think this effect is affecting my ability to... I wonder if I remove... There we go. Okay, so that's the problem. Okay, so then we'll do width 100 VW. Z index 1 opacity. Okay. Okay, so then we need the form to be Z index of 2. All right, I think that works. So now you can see that this is grayed out. You can't click anything except for the form until you're out of the form, and then now you can click stuff again. Okay, I think we did it. I think that's fine. I'll do maybe a bit darker, like 0.3. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right, so that's what we solved that problem. Thank you, innovation. I appreciate it. Okay. So now the next item, the next thing to do is format these list items. I don't know how we want to do that. I'm open to suggestions. I don't know if we go with like a grid or something like that. I don't know. Um, hold on. I apologize. Okay. Sorry, I just got something, I got something, in the Discord. Where am I from? I'm from Canada. Okay, let me think about how I want to do the list items. So it's about to be a break here. So we'll go on a 5-minute break. So yeah, I don't know how I, sorry, there's just a little bit of stuff going on in the Discord. I don't know, I'm trying to implement like some moderation, but I don't know, it's getting a bit of feedback from people, so I was just kind of reading that. Because again, I'm new to this whole YouTube, Discord moderation thing. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Like we have a project sharing forum, and I have a rule to, put so that when you share a project, you give a little bit of a description so that other members know what you're making. And I think that's fine, but I don't know. I'm getting some feedback from some people, so I've got to think about how I want to implement that. Because I think if you share a project in the Discord, you should provide, like, even if it's just like one sentence, like, hey, I made this thing to do this. Like, that's good enough. I don't know. Just thinking about it. But anyway. Yeah, so what was the other things I wanted to do? I think I wanted to have a character counter for the description. And maybe the title as well. And then also modify, the ability to modify projects as well. So like update the title and description. And then that would just similarly bring up that form. And then I would have to handle the logic, because if I modify an existing project, I wouldn't want to create a new one, right? So I would have to have some logic to check whether that project already exists in the close form function, or maybe even in the submit project button event listener. Yeah, Scoldinful. That's a good suggestion. I could do that. Like we could get some, what are they called again? This material symbols. I get like an SVG in there, you know what I mean? Like this guy or something. Got to get like an images folder or something in here. Font awesome. Let me look. I learned all this in 25 days. Well, yeah, Vinay, like kind of. I have a background in computer science, so I wasn't completely new to coding, but I was completely new to web development, if that makes any sense. Like I didn't really properly learn HTML and CSS and JavaScript before 25 days ago, I guess. If that makes any sense. Oh yeah, these look cool. Trash can. Oh yeah, we got a lot here. Okay, well I can just use like the free ones because I'm not gonna pay. So those look good. Might honestly use one of these guys. Let's use like this outline. We got an SVG. We just put import. Do we want the light version or the thick? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I guess we just copy this. Copy this guy. And then I have to somehow forget how to load SVGs in as an image. I need to refresh on that. Let me was it in here? Yes. SVG circle. Oh, it's just as a class, I see. Thank you, Vinay. I appreciate that. Subscribe if you want to follow along for more. Because I go live 5 times a week or so. But I appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. That's kind of why I'm doing this. SVG. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Basically, what we're doing, Vinay, is we're following the Odin Project, or I'm following the Odin Project. So if you go back to day 1, I started right from the beginning, like right from the foundation course, and then now I'm doing the JavaScript course, and we're working on the to-do list project. So as you can see, I've got a to-do list, basic to-do list app here. And we're putting on some finishing touches. I'm gonna change how these list items look and stuff like that, so we can have different projects, which are like groups of list items. So yeah, I don't know. It's going well, I think. But I'm just trying to add. I'm trying to remember how SVGs work. I feel like I'm kind of slow with this. Let's see. Yeah, because I can just select. Okay, so linking SVGs works basically the same. You can use HTML on that. Oh, I can just do an image tag. That works out. Right on, right on. Event delegation. What do you mean by event delegation, Ashmit? Yeah, the Odin Project's great. I would recommend it. Definitely. Okay. I'm just thinking about how I want to do the trash can. So you know what I can do? I can just import the SVG here. Let's see. Okay. New folder images, and then new file. Say trash can dot or trashcan dot svg. Oh, can I like edit this like this? Ah, perfect. Okay, we got it now. Okay, so we have the svg in. So I can. There's probably also a way I can change the color. No. Maybe with like a filter or something. Okay, so let's go to the button. What was that button called? Delete item. Item delete button. So we can put in here, we can just say it's empty. We'll add it with CSS. Oh, I see, Ashmit. Yeah, we don't. I don't think I've implemented. I hear. I see what you mean. I don't think I've implemented that in this case because I don't. There's not that many things that need event triggering. Well, I mean, there's enough, I guess. I probably could. I should do it that way. But I've just got event listeners for each button right now. But I hear you. That's probably a better way of doing it. But yeah, no, I've just got event listeners for each thing. Like for example, for the list items, when I have an event listener for when the inputs change, then it updates the underlying JSON. So for example, if I change this list item to like item 1, right? And then I go to the local storage, you can see that the where is it? You can see that the first list item here, the title is item 1 now. And if I change that to like item 2, it updates. So we just have like event listeners on the inputs themselves. I also need to make like a min width for this card too. That's the other thing I need to do. Width min, or I could do a clamp even. So we'll say like 30, maybe. So then this should only go. Okay, it might be 40. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's put the, what was it, item delete button? Delete button. Background image is URL source / images trash can. Background size is like 2 rem maybe. Actually, that's probably too big. Let's do width. There we go. there's our little icon. I don't think auto works. So let's just do an aspect ratio. Is there like a, I guess this is square, right? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we got our little button. With our little icon. And then we'll do like a, yeah, so we can delete things, we can add them. That's cool. I need to format it obviously, but it looks all right. Maybe 2. A little bigger. Nah, 1.5 is good. Okay. So I'm thinking of having the. I need to space these out a little bit. So for the input, what do I call that? Item list element. Do I have a associated class with that? Oh no, project item container. That's what it is. Project item container, yeah. Okay, so we need to add like flex maybe to this. Okay, so now that things are a little separated. I'm seeing a little bit of repeating here. There should be like a background. No repeat. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And then there's a way to change the color to filter color CSS or something. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so let's say we want it dark green. We could do. I think this works. Oh wait, no. Maybe not. That kind of broke it. I'll just leave it. Am I getting some inherited background color maybe? Yeah, I am. Okay. Is there a way to like clear the background color, I wonder? If I just make it like light. Ah, okay, there. Then we do the filter. No, that still doesn't. Interesting. I don't know. No, I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it. And then we hover over it. We should change the cursor, right? Cursor, pointer. Not pointer. What are the options? Select, maybe? Is it grab? No. I don't know. Pointer, help, wait, crosshair. Ah, pointer. It is pointer. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, cool. Nice. Then I want to add like labels to these, like priority, completed status. Well, I probably don't need a label for that, but this is like due date. So let's say inputs, item due, item date. I think it's just date. I'll do a border. Something like that. Maybe a border radius. Yeah, that looks a little better. Okay. And we gotta fix this checkbox here. Input item completed. No, what was it called? Yeah, it is item completed. Let's see. Make the checkbox look a little nicer. Display grid. Okay, we can change the width and the height at the very least. Width 1.5, height, border, okay, that's a little better. Maybe a little big. I don't know. Where did the trash can go? Trash can disappeared. Not good. I should also have a media query to put these on different lines if it's too thin. Button just disappeared. I don't know why. That's weird. Why is that changing the... That's weird. Because if I get rid of this... Yeah, it makes that go up a little more. Maybe it's because of the width or something. Something weird is going on. Maybe I do this as a grid. So I have like the list item and the checkbox and the delete buttons like on one row, and then I have the due date and the priority on a second row. That might work. Let's try that out. So we'll say so we want to have two. So we want to have 3 columns and 2 rows. So we'll do grid template. Let's do 2 FR, 1 FR, 1 FR. And then 1 FR, repeat, 2, 1 FR. Something like this. Okay, it looks like crap right now, but we can fix it. So we can say that the item title is, okay, it can stay where it is. The item date, what's the grid row? Is 2 to 3, right? And then the grid column is 1 to 2. Okay, so that's fine. And then we'll do the select is grid row 2 to 3 and grid column 2 to 3. Are these row? Wait a minute. These are rows, then columns. I had this backwards. That's what I want. Okay. Then maybe the delete button is on the second row in the last column, right? Like this. And then the completed is on the third column as well. I don't know. Something like this, though. Maybe we make this like 4. Yeah, this looks better. And then I have these at the very end. 4 to 5. And 4 to 5 as well. And then we can do align self flex end. Or justify self, maybe? Yeah. That might be better. Something like that. I don't know if you guys see the vision. This looks like, I think, better than what we had before. I'm kind of just making this up as I go. But I've got like the list item, and then I've got the date selector and the priority. And then you can mark it as completed or not, or you could delete it. Right? So, okay, now we need to fix the alignment. So we can do justify, align items center. Oh, see, but then that makes the friggin' trash can disappear. I don't know why. Flex end? No. I don't know why align items makes the image disappear. Because even if I keep it at what its default, like flex start, the trash can still disappears. I don't understand. Wait, not the form. Let's just do, okay. Select this. Checkbox, item delete button. Yeah, see, it's there, but it's got no height. The height just completely collapses. Oh, maybe because I have an auto aspect ratio. That could be the problem. I could just... There we go. Stupid. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll do center. There we go. It's a little better. And then I want to do... See, these are a little misaligned, and that's bugging me. Justify self flex end. If I got rid of that. Oh, because the completed is a little smaller than the icon. What if I do this? They're not like perfectly lined up. That's gonna bug me, I think. Because there's a little bit of a gap around the trash can, but this is not. There's no padding around the checkbox, right? So I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. I don't know. I guess I could just think about it on the break. I don't know how to do that. How we will address that. All right. Let's see here. Change background color. So you have to hide it and create a custom checkbox. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah. Maybe we do want to center these. There, now they're like, well, if I make them the same size, they should be centered. Yeah. Okay, that's better than nothing. I'll change the grid a little bit though. So we'll do 2FR2, maybe like 6. Oh wait, no, 2 6FR. No? I think I have this backwards maybe. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay, that looks a little better. I'll just leave it then how it is. If you can't. I'm not going to dick around with making the checkbox look better. You can add labels to the date though and stuff, right? Yeah, and then we need the modify project button, which you gotta do. Okay. Let's just get started. Okay, let's add labels to these. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do item date before. How do I make it outside of that border, though? Because if I do that for the priority, too... Does that even do anything? No. Interesting. After, maybe? No. If I change its position. No, it doesn't seem to do anything, huh? Actually, what if I did it like this? What if I did 2FR, 2FR4, and I had it back to 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3. Like this. Yeah, that's better. Add label. Okay, I guess I could just... I guess I could just add a label to the input. I don't really want to do that, but... Ah, it's there. Okay. I wonder if I pin... Okay, let's try this actually. That's what we want. Now this is all screwed up though. Item label, because we want the grid column to be 1, 2. If I just did this one. Yeah, that's better. Okay. We need to add a class to it, unfortunately. Item due date label element dot class list dot add item due or item date label. Need to do the same for the priority. Let item priority elements label element HTML label. Item priority label elements class list dot add right. Now we need to change these so we can do label dot item item date label, and then label hey priority. Actually, There. How are we looking? That's pretty good. It's not too bad, not too bad. The only issue is we need to add some padding to these guys. So what's the padding around the list item container? Or the input type text. Padding 0.25, 0.5. So if I just did 0.5 padding for these. There, now they're aligned. Probably I just need to do it on the horizontal. Yeah, that's better. Nice. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Well, I want those to be even further over. So what I might do is, wait, do we have two? Oh no, I just need one. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Could put emojis instead of like arrow. It's like an up arrow. Was there not an up arrow? What the it's not a blue up arrow? Really? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. And then medium, low. We'll do like a down arrow. And then for medium, we'll do like a this or something. Maybe. That's kind of stupid looking, actually. Good bar. There, that looks alright. Okay. So, that's looking good. what do we need next, folks? I think we need a button to modify the project credentials, right? So if we decide that we don't want this to be called test project anymore, we should have a button to edit the description and stuff like that, right? And it should bring up this form again. So we got to add that button in there, right? Oh boy, this code's getting nightmare. This is why I understand now, and I have appreciation for why frameworks exist, right? I'm just gonna add commit here. We'll say style, add styles to list items. CSS grid. Change icons for, or add icon for deleting item. Trash can. Thank you to Scoldinful for that suggestion. Add labels to date, due date, and priority. Inputs. Okay. Then we'll push it to GitHub. Good. All right. So we need to add the delete button and the modify. Although I want to probably put those in their own div. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do let project change or edit button, HTML button, equals document dot create element button, and project edit button dot class list dot add project edit button. Okay. And then we also probably want to have a div for the button. So we'll say let project settings div HTML div element equals document dot create element div as. Wait, why does that not work? Oh, because I already have the div created. Good. And we'll add a project settings class list settings project settings. We'll add that to the project settings. What? That should have worked. Oh, maybe because the the to-do display wasn't updated, so we can delete the project. Oh no, it's still not there. Why? Project edit button. Oh, because it doesn't have any. Content. Project edit button dot text content. That's the problem. There it is. Okay. And then now we can style it the same way that we styled the delete. Right? Item delete button. Item, or not item delete, sorry. Project delete, where is that? Ah, here it is. Project edit button. There we go. And then in the project settings, flex, and then we'll do a gap of like 0.1, something like that. There we go. There we go. Cool. So now we need to bring up the form, but populate it with the project content. So that's going to be tricky. Open form, yeah. We could even have like a edit form maybe function. Which will be very similar to the open form. But then it'll allow population of the elements, right? Within the form. So So within the form we have the project title ID. So oh, we have those selectors already. Okay. Perfect. So we'll do, and we need to pass in the project as well, right? We need to add some testing here. Okay, so in project edit, and then we need to open the form, right? So we need to open the form or edit form. The form, or wait, what's the form called? Project form. And then the current project. And then in here, we need to apply the content. So we will add the content. So we'll say text, or not, what is it called? It's the title and the description. So project title dot value equals project dot title, and then the same with the description. Right? And then I need to add the logic for the submit project button. So I need to update this code here. So we don't want to add a to-do project if it already exists, right? Frameworks add convolution in their own way. They probably do. This is just like the state management is, I think that's the reason why frameworks exist, is because state management within the vanilla stack is very screwy. So, I mean, I could, as Ashmit said earlier, I could do event delegation, but I just didn't think to implement that. Probably would have made all of these event listeners a little bit cleaner. And then I could have built some sort of system for event management, but that would have been like a lot of work, to be honest with you. So for like this small project, I don't mind having like, you know, like 10 event listeners in one class, you know what I mean? Because it just kind of works. Okay, let's take another 5-minute break. Yeah, state management is tricky. And honestly, like, I think that's like what I'm getting the most out of these projects. It's like not only like applying the TypeScript knowledge that I'm gaining, but also like learning how to manage state in larger projects, right? You're using HTMX for your HTMX? Yeah, I've heard HTMX is really good. Moving all state management to the server? Yeah, that's good. When I get into server-side development, I'll probably do similar. But yeah. But again, I mean, I've still truncated the state a little bit. Like I have this display manager, and then I also have like objects for the project, the projects and the items to kind of store that data, consolidate that data better. So I mean, it's not a complete dumpster fire, but this display manager class is getting a little bloated. But that's fine. Yeah, no, I just need to add logic for the so like we can change the title and the description, and then it updates the project if the project already exists, right? So I need to somehow think of how to do that. Because if I do this in its current state, it'll add a new project with the same under here. So yeah, you don't need to do the append child BS all the time. Exactly, Skolden. Exactly. That totally makes sense, because the appending the child, like how many, if I looked at the amount of append childs I have, like all at the bottom here, like this is like, you know, that's gross. That's like, what is that, like 10 lines by itself? 9 lines? So, yeah. But I think, again, the to-do project is small enough that it doesn't get too disgusting. So. Yeah. Yeah, so I just need to do this edit project. Because again, if I make like, if I edit this, it just makes a new project. So I want to mutate the project we're editing, right? So yeah, the logic for that will go right here. I I just need to somehow figure out, because, okay, so when I'm editing the project, I need to somehow tell the submit button that the project already exists. Because I could do a query in the to-do manager class to see if there's any project matching a project title, but then there might be projects with duplicate titles. So then that would cause trouble. So I don't know how I'm going to handle that guy, but, you know, we'll see. And then I think after that, I want to add character counters for the title and the description. And then maybe clean up the UI a little bit more, like maybe make this footer look a little nicer. And then I honestly think we're done. And we can move on. So I think I'm going to do that. And then hopefully by the end of today, the to-do project will be put to bed, because I've been doing this for like 3 streams now. And I kind of want to move on to more exciting things. So, like, what do we have after that? We've got linting, form validation with JS, asynchronous code. What's my perspective on the current web development job market for entry level? Honestly, Hup, like, I don't know, because I haven't worked in software development before, believe it or not. But I think it's certainly decreased in the last 5 years, but I think there's going to be, when people realize that if like companies that are using AI to replace junior devs are going to realize soon that model is not sustainable, because the AIs will often just run amok. And if you want kind of like funny, not evidence for this, but there's a really interesting podcast called Shell Game, where a journalist from the New York Times, I think he's New York Times, I might be wrong on that, but he basically creates a startup with all AI employees just to see what happens, and it's a complete like dumpster fire. So I don't think AI is going to come for your jobs, come for your job, anytime soon. Yeah, we're continuing. Sorry, I just was on a little side tangent there. We're continuing. All right, so let's figure out how to do this here. So we need to somehow when we edit the project, we need to tell the submission form that the project already exists, and then modify the values, right? So that's got to be here. So I don't know if we add... I don't know if we can pass a project as an event or as an argument into that. I don't know. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, I bet. I'm going to get there eventually. I'm still kind of like sitting in my IT job waiting for the dust to settle. And using my free time to learn coding so that I actually like have legit skills that I can hopefully bring to the table. I'm just thinking about how to do this. Huh. So I don't want to add a to-do project if the project doesn't exist, but I could add. This is like a really janky solution, but I'm thinking, so I have a different function for editing the credentials, editing the project credentials versus opening it, right? Which is kind of like dumb, but I have a different function for that. So what I could do is I could just add an element, like a dummy element, and append it to the form. And then what I can do is in the submission, I can check for the existence of that dummy element. That's like a really bad. There's got to be a better way to check that though. Or I could just like add a class to the form. You know what? I can do that. That's actually a good. I can do that, I think, right? So I can add the edit. I can add the edit class to the form. And then I can just add another if. This might give me an error, but I'll just go with that. So, okay, so then I have a class list edit. So then what I can say is I can say if, and then I need to pass the only problem is I need to pass the, oh, I could actually add, I need to have a reference to the project, right? As well. I need to have a reference to the project to modify, which is the trickier part. What do I have in the to-do manager? I have an add project, I have a get project list. And then what I could do is I could have a function where I get the project from ID or something. From its ID. So what I can do is I can say and then ID string, and then what I'll do is I'll say project list dot for each project, and then I'll just iterate through the list. So I'll say if project dot ID equals ID, then return this, or return project. Wait, that's not where the type goes. Otherwise, return. Is there a way to like maybe return something or undefined? Get project from ID. What is the problem here? Type ID string void is not assignable to to-do projects. Maybe I'm typing this wrong. Does it go here? No. Arrow function, return type, TypeScript. I feel dumb. Let's see. Oh, it's like this. Okay. Well, I did that and it didn't like it. Undefined or void, maybe? Ah, that's it. Okay. Okay. That works. So then what we can do is we can store the ID somewhere, right? So where do we want to store the ID? Maybe we can add it to the submission button. Or the form itself. Is there a way to clear everything from the class list? Let's see. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. There's probably a better way of doing this. So what I can do now is in the edit form, I can append the project ID as a class list, as a class. As a class to the form. Now I have to get that ID out of the class list, right? This is not an ideal way of passing data between functions. There's got to be like an easier way of doing this. If there's something obvious that I'm missing, you can let me know. You're learning JS right now, Jerry? Right on. I'm learning TypeScript, which is like JavaScript, kind of. Let's see, what do we want to do here? So, first of all, we need a if form dot or project form dot class list dot contains edit. Well, actually, it does. If it does not contain, we'll do an else here. Okay, so if it contains edit, we want to edit, right? So we need to actually, we don't need this. Am I following any courses? Yeah, I'm following the Odin Project, Jerry. So we're making a to-do list app that I've been working on for the past few days. And it's a free and open source web dev curriculum. So you can actually check it out here if you want. If Nightbot decides to wake up. I've been having some issues. There we go. You can check it out. It's really good. I recommend it. If you go back to the beginning of my VOD series, you can see I started right from the beginning. Okay. So now we have to extract the project ID out of this class list here. The other option is I could add it as an ID of the project form. That might be easier. So we'll say let project to do project equals get to do manager dot get project from ID, and then we'll do form project form dot ID. This is not ideal. I hate the way this works. Okay, so and then if project null why are we having trouble? Oh, type void is not assignable to type null, of course. What if I did this? Okay, that's fine. If the project is not null, then we modify it, right? So we will say project dot, where is it? Project dot title and description. So project dot title equals project title dot value project description and then we'll clear the ID from the project form. Logic to handle editing project title versus adding projects. There we go. From tomorrow onwards, I have a busy following. Oh, buddy. Right on, Jerry. I appreciate you. Sorry, I didn't see your message earlier. I was kind of locked in for a sec. I appreciate you, Jerry. Hey, Jerry, if you want to join our Discord server, we've got a Discord server as well, where we discuss web development and projects and chat about stuff. It's kind of small right now, but you can join. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Nightbot. Oh, no, never mind. We're good. There we go. So if that interests you at all, you can hop in there. Cool. All right. So now, what do we want here? So I think that should do it, right? I think this logic should work, assuming that this get project from ID function works. So if we edit this and then we change it. Oh, but I need to change this button text. Okay, wait. Okay, so it's not actually editing anything. Oh, because you know why. But I bet it edited it in the data here. Oh no, it didn't. Why? Oh, because I need to save it and all that, right? Yeah, so I need to save it. So I need to save to do content. To do manager.save to do content. And I need to update the display. So that's update to do project display. Right? Yup. Okay, why isn't this working? Did it update the... No. Why? Maybe the project is null. We'll see console.log project. Or maybe it's returning a new instance of the project. I don't actually know. Ah, okay. It is null. Okay, we're gonna do some debugging here. Maybe an ID or something, yeah. Because basically what I'm doing, Skolden, is this is like, I don't know how else to do this, but basically when we edit a project, right? this, I need to change the button cut text for this, but I am storing the project ID as the ID of the form element itself, so that I can pass that state to the submit button, so that when I submit the changes, it knows which project to update. And I don't know, like, that's probably a terrible way of doing it, but it's the only way I could think of. I'm even gonna comment, don't do this. Like, it's just like not good. There's got to be a better way, but okay. So obviously the project, this function, the to do manager dot get project from ID is not working. But we need to, let's see what the project form ID, if that's even like a thing. Okay, so it's getting the ID right. And that seems to match the ID here, right? So, okay, so project form.id is right. So this whole saving state thing here is working. But the other problem now is it's not this, it's this to do manager.get project from ID is not working. +1. To do project ID string. I'm doing a lot of console logging here, but okay, so I'll get this out of here. And then what's the ID? Right. Yeah, so they match. See, they match. So I don't know what the problem is here. I don't know what the problem is. Because the IDs match. So is the reference to the project just not... I don't know. Yeah, so the to-do project, this object exists. Okay, so then obviously this if statement check isn't succeeding or something. I don't think. Because if we console log in here, like match or something. Oh. So the project's being returned, presumably. I don't know. I'm already better than half of your class. Damn, that's fair. Wait, Skolden, what are you in? Are you in like a degree program or like a CS program of some kind? I might have missed it. You might have mentioned it earlier, but I might have missed it. But I appreciate that though. Like I have experience doing schoolwork. I just don't have experience with web dev. Okay. No, not what I wanted to do. Okay. So this isn't returning for some reason. I don't understand why. So exported it here. But the project's null. Yeah, so the project's still null. I don't understand that. Even though it's being returned. That's the confusing bit. The project does not equal null. Yeah, so this if statement's not running. Because the get project from ID function isn't returning anything to this variable, supposedly. I'm just thinking about how I can modify the title and the description without something like this. Because this should just return a reference to that project, right? I don't know, I'm kind of stumped on this one, guys. Kind of stumped. Because this is going to be null. Okay, what if I do this? Oh, because, Okay, let's just get rid of this for a second. Yeah, so this isn't returning. Oh, I know what's wrong. I know what the problem is. Oh, I know what the problem is. Because it's returning from this function. It's not returning from... It's not returning from the outer function. Because this is also a function. So this return is only applying to this arrow function. Yo, what's up, Marie? That's the problem. Okay, I figured it out, I think. I figured it out. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, but I think that's right. I think that's why. I didn't think of that for some reason. I don't know. Still, the arrow function thing is still like... I get that they're functions, but I just didn't think about the scoping of that. That makes sense. So what we can do here is we can say let project ref equal null. Right? Then we can say return or no, actually, hold on. You can say project ref is project and then exit or break, right? Return and then return project ref. Why are you giving me trouble? Oh, because this. Null. And then null. There we go. You weren't watching live? Oh, rip. I wonder why. I've noticed that I've had a couple people point out that sometimes the stream is like slower or something, but I don't know. Or like is lagging. Yeah. I don't know, man. If it's weird, like if you notice that like the stream is like glitching or like skipping frames, like let me know. Because I don't have, although the only problem is the status says excellent on my end. But it could be because I'm streaming like 1080p, 60 FPS or something like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, so this should work now. I hope everyone's having a good Sunday afternoon or evening or morning, Monday morning, wherever you may be in the world. Or Sunday morning if you're behind. I guess it could be any time of the day anywhere, right? So, but here it is 2:51 p.m. Yeah, maybe Skolden. I think that's why your comments from earlier weren't making sense, because I was like, what the heck? Like, I don't know, because you were watching behind. Because I think there's only like, I don't know what the delay is, but it's only like 15 seconds or something. From like my time to what you see on the broadcast. I set the stream to be like lower latency. But I again, I can modify that if needed. If we're running into troubles. But I think we're close here. I just need to edit the form itself a little bit more. I'm also not 100% sure I'm going to do the reading and stuff on stream. I don't know. I might leave that for, because I feel like it's kind of boring. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Leave the projects for stream. But anyway, okay. So let's get back to it here. So let's uncomment this guy. So now this should work, theoretically. Ha! It does. We can edit the project now. Beautiful. Okay, we need to fix our thing here a little bit. Let's do our width. Where's our width? I could also change our grid template if project item container. We'll say like min width, like 100% or something. I don't know if that's actually gonna work. Oh no, that's not. It's not the project container. My bad. Oh, project item container. Yeah. So right, That's the right thing. I want it to stop like right there. I'm gonna do a flex shrink like 0 or something. Because I think the outer container is a flex box. Like the project item list, yeah, it's a flex box. So I can do flex shrink of 0. It didn't do anything. Darn. Flex 0? Stay in outer box. Stay in outer div. I don't know. Let's see. Word break, break all. What does that do? I have no idea. It's worth a shot. Okay, that didn't do anything. Oh, right, the min-max thing. Forgot about the min-max. Also, maybe don't do that as a... I don't know, this is kind of tricky. Let me do one. More of a gap here. Gap row. No, actually, let's keep it. Motivation. Yeah. So this is the Odin project. So I'm doing the to-do list project for the Odin project, which is a free and open source web development curriculum online. So you can follow that if you're curious. I'm just trying to figure out the CSS overflow situation. I could do a media query thingy. So where do I have this? Yeah, so I could just make this different. I could do it in pixels actually. Or do I want to do characters? Yeah, this is going to be kind of a hack. There, see now it stays. It stays alright there. Okay. Maybe we can min like 60 or something. And then maybe max like 90. Yeah. Okay, that was kind of a hack fix, but does the job. Does the job. All right. Okay, so there's our layout problems. And then I need to change the button to reflect whether we're creating or editing. So I have the project submit project button. Yeah, so I can do that in here. Instead of create project, we just do save changes or something like that. Like a save. Nah, that's fine. That works. I think I might make this trash can a little bigger again. Where is the trash can? In here. Here it is. We'll make it a little bigger. Now it's out of center with this thing. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Maybe make the list item font a little larger. Yeah, that looks alright. Okay. And then I think this has a character limit too, right? Or maybe it doesn't. It's one way to test it. We should have a character limit though for that. We should item list item title dot attribute create attribute, no, add attribute. What's the attribute thing? Maybe it's just max length, yeah. Okay, so then this should, yeah, so it's as long of a title as you can do. Maybe we won't do 20, we'll do like 40. Yeah. It's pretty good. Cool. We could also increase the font weight of that a little bit. Looks a little better. Oh, the save and selectable, that's fine. Okay. So last thing, we want to add a character counter. So when we're creating a new project, we have like a character counter. Oh, you know what? Well, that's actually, I don't like that. I don't want to make that resizable. Text area, resize, none. Okay, so that should fix that. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. And then, let's see. Inputs and text areas. CSS, maybe? No, not CSS. go to this link here. Oh yeah, I probably have to do some BS in JavaScript, right? Yeah, I'll add that to the, I make a span or something. So in the description label, we'll add like a span, class equals num chars or something, or chars remaining, chars left, 500 characters or something like that. And then we can dynamically update the span, right? So we'll add an event listener for the project description. Project description dot add. Again, there's probably a better way of doing this. On change, or is there? What's the event? Text area event listener for change. Oh, it's just change, okay. Right. And then we'll say, we'll get the span. So we'll say consts chars left span, HTML span equals document dot query selector span dot chars left as HTML span. Right, because that was what I called it, I think. And then I'll do chars left span dot the text content equals project description dot value dot length, or 500 minus that, right? So now that doesn't, why did that not work? What is the problem? Oh, it only, I see. So it only updates when you click out of the thing. Or you do like a key down of any or something, key Key press. Oh no. Okay, key down. Key. Okay, but now I can't add anything to it, so I don't understand. Let's see, text area, change. Key down, event. Key press. That's what I thought. Now it's not letting me edit the actual... Oh, okay, that actually is fine. I don't need the prevent default situation. Okay. So I should put 500 in there to start. Yeah, I wasn't sure, Skolden, I wasn't sure. I think the problem was I was having I was doing e.prevent default, like preventing the default behavior from the event. But isn't input going to work better? For a lot of I think for like a big text area like this, I want to have a text area instead of an input because it's multiple lines, right? The only problem is when I do backspace, it doesn't update it. So I don't know what the problem is there. Ignores the keyboard layout. So I don't know how to like make it so that it updates when I hold the backspace, right? Because the other thing is if I hold a key down, it doesn't repeat the key. So I don't know. Do I want key press or key down? Let's try key down, just for shits. Oh, that works too. Okay, cool. For some reason, key press only what's it called? It only does the letters. Okay, that's like I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. 500 characters remaining. And if we fill this up, this is a lot. This should fill up the entire... There. That's pretty good. It's like almost fills up the entire text box. And then you can't press anymore. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, if you hold down A, it doesn't work, but I think that's just a Mac OS thing. Scolded. Like, because I'm holding the A button down. You can't see it, but I am, and it brings up language options. Like I can add like different... I don't know, maybe that's just a Mac OS thing. I don't know if that's related to my website. I could also make the event like on change as well. Yeah. I don't know. It's good enough for my liking. I mean, it's not perfect, but it does the test. And then if I add multiple projects, like if I do project 2, and then I could just generate some lorem text here. Lorem. And then You can add some items. Item 1, make it due on Friday. It's high priority. Say this one's complete. Stuff like that. Blah, blah. Okay. I think this is good. And now the only thing I want to do is make this footer a little nicer. So once I modify the footer, then like I think this is like good to go. To be honest with you. I could also add some like border shadow or box shadow underneath each project card too. Right? Ooh, this is a problem. Okay. So maybe I want to do a how do I fix that? Where was the effect? Effect, here it is. Not position absolute, position. I want it to cover the whole screen. Because I could do a relative position, I guess. Maybe. Does that fix it? Maybe not. No. Oh, that's oh, and then I can, I see. And then I can make it, I can do a transform. Translate -50%, -50%. So I can do that deal. Oh, no, that didn't work. I didn't mean to delete that. Okay, that's screwing up a little bit. What the fuck? Okay. And then that doesn't update too. I need to update the character count when on the restart. Can I add multiple events to an event listener? Maybe not. You know what I can do? I can make a little function, a little helper function. Const refresh or chars remaining or something, and I can just do that. And then I can put this outside of this. Maybe update update chars or something. I don't know. It's a bad. It's a problem here. Oh. Okay. Something like this. And then if I do a bunch of characters and then I save it, and then I add, it should refresh. Maybe I do like a DOM content, or I don't know. I don't know how to address that. I always forget it, but I think you do in plus and minus with the calc thingy. Sorry, I was a bit distracted with the title to. Just gonna add some items here. So if I edit U plus and minus. Oh, right. I hear you. So be plus X. No. I forgot where it is. Where's it go? Okay. No. Let's see. CS position. Let's go back to this. The element is removed from the normal document flow. I think we need to get the scroll of the, whoa, I just pushed my mouse. We need to get the scroll amount of the window somehow. We also ideally want to prevent scrolling when we're editing something, right? Let's see. CSS prevent scrolling. I don't know. Always? Maybe there's not a way to do that. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. Overscroll behavior contain. Is that what we want? The overscroll behavior? I don't know if that works. Let's just see if that works. No, it doesn't. Although, unless... No. I'm really flying blind here, guys. Maybe the form open? Position div relative to scroll amount CSS. Let's do that. Let's fix the background first. Ah. Okay. Top 0, bottom 100, left 0, right 100. I don't know if this is gonna work. Probably not. Overflow Y, scroll. Ah, that worked. Okay, we fixed it. Kind of. I guess it doesn't matter if you scroll while you have this open. I guess it's not a big deal. Okay, but we fixed... Alright. So we fixed the... background thing. Yeah. The thing that I'm most happy about is that you can't interact with the... so... You can't interact the list items or anything. The only thing you can interact with is the form. Okay. All right. The last thing we have to do is we have to make this footer look better. So that's pretty easy. We can just do that down here. And then we'll do like a padding of like 2 rem 0 or something. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And we could also add like a background to it. Like a light. Oh, and then the width is 100%. Sick. And then padding and then a margin too. Margin top of like Maybe 1 or something. Maybe 2. And then do like a 1. Yeah. And then we'll change the color. I think it's already dark green by default, but yeah, that didn't change anything. Nice. We'll do font weight 700, 600, and then a font size of like 1.25. There we go. There's our footer. That can be super simple. Doesn't need to be anything super fancy, right? So I think we did it, guys. I think honestly we did it. And then yeah, now if I delete everything, then test project, and then I can. Oh, that's not what I wanted to put there. Let's get some lorem text. There we go. The characters remaining thing's a little jank, but I don't really care. Thank you. You can add a bunch of items. A lot of items. Right? We can like check some off. Very cool. The other thing you could do too with this, you could extend this so that when you check an item, it like moves it to the bottom or something of the project. It's the other thing you could do. You could move it to the bottom, but I don't really feel like hassling with that. I feel like we've been at this for a while, so I think I'm gonna call it done there. Okay, so then I don't remember what changes we made. Oh, yeah, we could do. So it was git. Yeah, I'll just push everything here. So we'll say make projects editable and add character counter. Make projects editable, add char counter, chars remaining, counter for project description, form, edit footer styling, or add footer styling. And yeah. I'm 100% ready to move on. Yeah, solid to-do project. Well, so I've probably put, I would say, I don't know how many hours. I'd have to go through, but at least 10. I would say I put at least 10 hours into this beauty here, so. I'll consider it complete. So it's on the GitHub now if you want to check it out. We can also do a we have to publish it to GitHub pages, right? So let's do that. Oh wait, I need to actually hold on. What I need to do is I need to push it to, so I need to do git branch, or no, git checkout. There was a way I did this before where I just deployed the distribution, right? I forget how I did that. I did it somehow. I think the instructions are here, yeah. Okay, let's see. And then it was like git checkout. Oh, and then I do the what was it? npm run build. Yeah, there we go. And that should have populated this guy. Yes, perfect. What's the tech stack, Throttle? Just vanilla HTML, CSS, and TypeScript. No tech stack yet, or no frameworks yet, I should say. There is a tech stack, but it's just frameworks. We're still a beginner. or I'm still a beginner. I don't know why I say we. I'm still a beginner. Okay, let's see. Git checkout, GitHub pages. Yeah, git merge main, no edit. Git add dist. So I can do git add dist. I forget what the F means. What is the F flag? File maybe? Yo, what's up? 4N. I don't know how to say your name. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. Maybe force or something. Then we'll do git commit. Deployment commit. And then git subtree. Push. Prefix dist. Origin gh pages. Nice. And then we'll do git checkout main. Cool. And then now in here I can I can put the pages for GitHub pages. Oh yeah, okay, that already worked. Nice. Nice. It's and pad H means illiterate. I'm probably illiterate, that's fair. For npad H. Okay, I see. Thank you for the clarification. Okay, so then the GitHub should nice. What am I building and what tech stack? So I'm building, or I just finished it. Pad H. I just finished it. But it's just a simple to-do project. Why is this title the title styling not working? Oh well, it's fine. It's good enough. It's a simple to-do project. I built it with HTML, CSS, and TypeScript. Vanilla stack. So you can like add items here. You can change them, like item 1, fold laundry, low, you know. We all started from zero and would take some time, just never give up. Yeah, I appreciate that, Throttle. If you want to follow me on my journey, I would really appreciate if you subscribed. That would be great. If you don't want to, though, you don't have to. Yeah. That's my goal here, is to continue forward. I mean, I've been going like a month already, so it's been going pretty well so far. But I think I'm getting close to the end of stream, guys. I have some stuff that I need to do. Done it already. I appreciate you, Throttle. You can also hop in the Discord if you're curious as well. You don't have to, though. It's kind of a little slow, but if you want to like share projects, talk about web dev, talk to my little community. I think the Discord's got like 30 something members now. Yo, I appreciate that, Throttle. I appreciate that. Support a small creator. You're building a Drive clone with Next.js. It's my first ever resume project. Yo, Pat H, if you want to share that with my community, you can jump in our Discord, and we have a projects forum channel where you can post your project. There's like a couple rules you have to follow, like give it a description and like maybe like some source code, or like a deployed, like something that we could see, like whether it's a deployment or the GitHub or something like that, and we can give you feedback if that's something you're interested in. If not, then you don't have to, but offers on the table. So yeah, I think we're done this. So I'll like just submit this guy. let's do this. So we got our GitHub here. Oh wait, that's the wrong. Okay. Cool. And then this is the live preview. Whoops. Nice. All right. We finished that to-do project. No problemo. I appreciate you, Pat H. Yeah, we go live, or I go live. So if I open this again, actually, this should work, right? Yeah, cool. We go live 5-ish times a week. On the weekends, I go live usually in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. And in the weekdays, I go live in the evening, Eastern Standard Time, because I work 9 to 5. So I can't afford to go live in the afternoon on the weekdays, unfortunately. So yeah, that's that. And I think I'm going to leave the stream here for today. And then tomorrow night, we will get back into this stuff, like linting, learning about linting and form validation stuff. So yeah. I'm just thinking about whether it's like worth it to do studying on stream. I guess it is. I guess it doesn't really matter. 'Cause like a lot of this, like there's obviously the projects with Odin Project, but there's a lot of like reading and studying as well, which is kind of boring, I guess, but I don't really care. I guess it's fine. Maybe it'll be like motivation to study alongside. Don't I feel demotivated reading AI news and YT videos? Honestly, Pat H, I used to, but not so much anymore. I'm kind of optimistic. Well, I'm trying to be optimistic. I do believe that AI is still better than I am in some sense, like at least at my current level. But I don't think that AI will replace developers anytime soon. I'm almost certain that it'll be used as a tool. And I think it's important to learn how to use AI as a tool to increase your productivity. But for it to be an effective tool to use, I believe you have to understand the underlying technologies to debug the AI where necessary, or else if you're just vibe coding without any idea of like how the frameworks work or like the code works, you're kind of just going to be bashing your head against a wall if the AI just runs in circles, right? I don't think it's at the point where we can trust it yet to fully handle things autonomously. And I don't think that'll happen for a while because, again, LLMs aren't conscious. They're just, prediction models, right? So I think, like anything else, it's just a tool. And it's a tool that I'll eventually probably start utilizing. But for learning purposes, I want to do it completely on my own without AI because I feel like it's just going to, take away from my learning. So, cool. Well, you're trad coding like a caveman. Natty boilerplate. Yeah, exactly. Innovation, exactly. But yeah, I think we're done for today. I don't really want to go, but I've got other things that I have to do. So if you want stream updates for like when I'm going live or if I'm taking a day off or something, join the Discord. I post exclusive updates there related to streaming and stuff like that. So in case you're curious about that. And yeah, thank you all for coming along with me today and wrapping up this to-do list project. Cause honestly, I don't know if I could have handled another day doing it. And we've got exciting things on the way. Like we're going to do a weather app shortly and, some CS stuff, which will be fun. All right. Yeah. See you around. See you tomorrow evening.